You have a memory you'd swear is true. A moment from years ago, clear, detailed, certain. What if it never happened that way? What if parts of it never happened at all? This isn't about forgetting, it's about invention. Your memory doesn't record your life, it rewrites it. A little more every time you look. And by the end of this, you'll never fully trust it again. We treat memory like a video library, a shelf of recordings you press play on. It isn't. A memory isn't stored intact in one place. It's scattered in fragments across your brain. And when you remember, you don't replay it, you rebuild it, filling the gaps with whatever fits. And the act of remembering changes the memory. Every recall rewrites it. So your most precious memories, the ones you revisit most, are the ones you've edited most. Let me show you how far this goes. It gets worse as we climb. Step 1. A single word can rewrite what you saw. In a now famous experiment, people watched a video of a car accident, then were asked how fast the cars were going when they hit each other. Another group got the same question, but with one word changed, when they smashed into each other. That one word changed their memory. The smashed group remembered the cars going faster, and a week later, they were more likely to remember broken glass at the scene. There was no broken glass. The word rewrote the memory. They weren't lying. They genuinely saw glass that was never there. This is the misinformation effect. After the fact, new information, a leading question, someone else's version, a headline, gets woven seamlessly into your memory of what happened. You can't feel it happen. The seam disappears. In another study, a single misleading question made people remember a stop sign as a give way sign. The question didn't ask about their memory. It rewrote it. It's why eyewitnesses, completely sincere, send innocent people to prison. Step 2. Your most vivid memories are often your most wrong. You'd think a shocking emotional event would burn itself into your memory perfectly, where you were on a day everything changed. These are called flashbulb memories, and they feel crystal clear. After a national tragedy, researchers asked people to write down exactly where they were and how they heard that same week. Then they asked the same people again years later. The memories had changed dramatically. Wrong locations, wrong people, entire scenes reconstructed. But here's the chilling part. People were just as confident in the wrong version, often more confident. Vividness is not accuracy. Confidence is not accuracy. The certainty you feel from a clear memory, your brain generates that feeling separately from whether the memory is true. This is the most dangerous part of the whole thing. With most mistakes, something feels off. With a false memory, nothing does. It arrives wearing the exact same clothes as the truth. Step 3. And this is where it stops being edits and becomes fabrication. Researchers wondered, could you make someone remember an entire event that never happened? They gave volunteers a few short stories about their own childhood, supposedly from family. 3 were true. 1 was completely invented, getting lost in a shopping center as a child, frightened before being rescued. After a couple of conversations, about a quarter of people remembered it. Not vaguely, in detail. They added their own descriptions, the stranger's shirt, how scared they felt, a whole memory, rich and emotional, of something that never occurred. In another study, people were shown a fake ad with a cartoon character at a theme park and later remembered meeting him there as kids. Impossible. That character could never have been there. Your brain didn't just bend a detail, it built an entire false past and handed it to you as real. So why would your brain build a memory system you can't trust? Because it was never trying to be accurate. It was trying to be useful. An exact recording of every moment would be enormous, slow, and pointless. What you need is the gist, the meaning, the lesson, enough to handle next time. So your brain keeps the gist and reconstructs the rest on demand, filling gaps with what's plausible, what fits the story. It optimizes for a coherent story, not a true one. Scientists have even watched this happen in the brain. Pulling up a memory makes it briefly unstable, editable, before it's stored again. The act of remembering opens the file for changes. Nothing gets resaved exactly as it was. And that flexibility is the price of something valuable. It's the same system that lets you imagine the future and update who you are. You don't have a recording of your life. You have a story you tell yourself and revise every time you tell it. Which means something strange and a little freeing. You are the unreliable narrator of your own life. That sounds like a loss. But turn it over. If your memories aren't fixed, if every recall is a chance to rewrite, then the painful ones aren't carved in stone. The story you tell about your worst moments can change. People heal, in part, by reauthoring the past they carry. And that certainty you feel, I remember exactly what happened, should make you humble, not armed. Because the person across from you, equally certain, equally sincere, might be remembering a version just as invented as yours. So what do you do with this? Hold your memories a little more loosely, especially the ones you're most sure of. In an argument, drop, "I remember exactly." You don't. Neither do they. It's two edited stories colliding, not truth versus lies. For anything that matters, write it down when it happens, not later. A note from the moment beats a memory from a year on. And for big shared moments, compare notes with the people who were there. Not to win, but because each of you holds a slightly different edit. Your past isn't a recording you play back. It's a story you write and rewrite every time you remember. So be gentle with it, and be humble about it. If this changed how you see your own memories, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who swears they remember everything. This is ORIGINIFY, where we undiscover the hidden forces shaping everyday life and uncover the quiet truths behind what it means to be human. I will see you in the next video.